Hi everyone, the Mature Simmer here. So I'm going to go ahead now and continue with 3 Supercell. The Amtrak Acela Express telling me it's going to take a little under an hour, but it looks like the maximum difficulty allowed, so I think my chances of success are going to be really low. Operate Acela Express 2171 from Baltimore to Washington during a severe thunderstorm. Will the extreme weather conditions pose any problems? Let's find out. Good evening. Tonight you will operate Acela Express 2171 from Baltimore to Washington. The weather has been getting progressively worse throughout the evening. There haven't been any incidents yet, but remain vigilant at all times. Begin boarding and unloading passengers. Alright. So we'll go ahead. Let's see. Trying to figure out where the cabin lights are. Those are headlights, ground lights. So I'm going to turn the headlights on. Okay, I assume we want that. So, let me turn on the wipers. Alright. So let me turn off my brakes. And let's get moving. So, yeah, not sure how I fixed the problem in the cab. So it looks like we'll have to play some games here with the brake if I go too fast. So it's been a while since I've been in this particular train. But hopefully won't need to do too much. So let's see, we can go 30. It is green. And we'll see how fast this train goes, because the last scenario I did, I haven't played this in a while, and man, that scared the heck out of me because we were going so fast. So we're going to go via West Baltimore Track 3 in a little over 2 miles. At this point we are climbing a bit, and I think it takes us a little while to get out of the underground here and surface and go faster. So yeah, it looks like if we zoom in on certain things, it just, yeah, without the cabin lights, I can't see a thing. But I don't know how to turn them on. I better be careful before I go too fast. At this point, we're not speeding up incredibly. But, so it's telling us 21, 25, 19 when we're going to hit that. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm curious in real life, like, is this station underground, or how does this really operate? Because it does seem to be like a constant incline here. But yeah, if we're going 110, 120 like we were in the other scenario, again, I'm hoping those are our indicators. It kind of looks like they are. So better be careful. So yeah, it seems to kind of fuzz out when I'm And I know there's a way, because I've turned on the cabin lights before, so I know you can do it. I just feel like so hopeless with this game sometimes. So yeah, I think we're flattening out because we're definitely accelerating faster. So definitely need to pay attention and not get myself too quick here, but obviously want to stay near my top end so that I can get there as quick as possible. So pretty soon we'll be at 45 miles an hour. I haven't really been looking at any of the signals. I've just been driving, so that's not a good thing. But we've got one coming up there. So now it's like the other direction, so I wonder if that's part of it. So that's a problem I had before, was I was like, I'm passing a signal, but I can't read it, I don't see it, and it could have been because... What? Was I speeding right at the last moment? I don't understand. Oh well. Always something. Alright, so we're green there. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna let us get to 110. Which is crazy. So, we'll head on over. Looks like 0.2 miles. We'll be going via the West Baltimore tracks, as it said. Alright. Sala over, go ahead. I have a report of a downed tree at Seabrook, which may be stuck. The catenary of number 3 will contact you shortly with additional details, okay? Again, this is the problem of where I don't have a clue where any of this stuff is. So now we go via the Halethorpe track. I mean, I assume if there's a downed tree, they're just going to reroute us. I don't know what else they possibly do. Well, this train speeds up significantly faster than the last one I had, so... Crazy. Alright, so we can go 90. And then 105, and then 125. So we'll do that. I think that'll keep us going. I mean, we are running an express, so... So that certainly means we're just kind of moving along here, but an hour-long trip is a long way. So this is a little bit slower here. So, and this is where it would be helpful if I really knew the route. Like if I knew where Seabrook was, should I be worried? Should I not be? So, alright, so we're going 120. At this point we're just coasting. Hoping we're not going to have a problem with the speed. There we go. So if we do speed up again, I'm going to have to brake. Alright, got to brake a little bit there. Minimal reduction, because I got to be below 125. And again, we're just switching via the track. So we're not... Alright, and then I think we stop there at... Okay, so hold on. Sustained winds proceed, do not exceed... Alright, 60 miles an hour. Alright. So we're slowing down. Should be able to go a little quicker. So again, while we can't exceed 60, we probably want to stay close to that if we can. A little bit of a strange sound. Not sure. Hopefully it's not something you're hearing too. Hopefully it's just my headphones, but that was just weird. Alright. So... the good news is it's like not impacting my time at this point. So can't really exceed 60, plus we're supposed to stop there. So I'm hoping at some point they clear the track out so that we can go again, or I suppose as long as we're just staying on time, I guess it doesn't entirely matter. Alright, so hopefully this will work to get us where we need to be. I think we're doing alright. Probably can slow down quite a bit because we're not fully on the platform. Now we are. So let's do that. Okay. So let's check this because we didn't. Alright, so then we proceed via... See, so go via milepost 1. Like, I don't know where these mileposts are. Pick up passengers from Union Station at 22:15. Alright. So it's like 45 minutes from now, so it's like we've got a long, long way to go. So at this point we're a minute ahead, so that should hopefully give us some benefit. So yeah, we can see, so these will indicate things. Now, do I have... Just don't see any thing for cabin lights. That just seems so strange. I mean, this is just screen light. Alright, well, it's time to move. No more time to look for light. Just make do, I guess. It's not like I'm having to look for that, but it just... Alright, and yeah, on the last train I had some wheel spin when I Whoops, and I do now. Look at that. So, maybe because it's wet. Because I didn't have that before. Now, am I still not supposed to exceed 60? That's the question. I'm assuming I'm still under that rule. So, I guess I'll adhere to that. We'll see what it tells us. Because, yeah, like right now we're losing time, but I'm worried if I go faster, I'm gonna get in trouble, and then I'll probably like hit whatever it is, because I don't think it was don't exceed 60 until the stop. I think they just didn't want me to exceed 60. So confusing. It would almost seem like, and I'm sure it would be harder to do audio. Oops. Because it would almost seem like you'd want, if you had that via voice, but obviously you wouldn't know what to say. But, oops. I'm not letting the miles do their thing. Because, yeah, I mean, the question really becomes, am I going to make my destination in time if I can't do that? It's like we've clearly got a long way to go. I don't know. I guess all I can do is assume that the last instructions I had were accurate. And that's what I should still be living by. It's not like it's terrible, but obviously it takes a while when I could be going 125. But obviously it's a severe thunderstorm. Again, I don't know how to figure out these mile marker things. And I'm assuming, like, because of this, I'm sure by milepost whatever, I'm sure that there'll be something going on there. So, I guess we'll do this for 3 more miles, and then assume we'll get some different directions at that point. Just knowing that we could be doing something else, this is a bit excruciating. So, down to about 2.5. So definitely interesting scenarios, but and yeah, the last run I had weird things happening to my train again. Whoops, I'm going too fast. So I ended up having like the emergency brake turn on twice, and I don't know why. Alright, now we're speeding up, so I don't want to be doing that. So I think we're either going downhill or something. Alright, 1.5 miles. Continue to slow ourselves down here. And I feel I can see better in this scenario, or in this train, in this scenario than I could in the other one that I was using. Alright, now we're slowing down a bit, so in theory I guess I can speed myself up a tiny bit here. So I don't know if like there's more visibility because in theory like we're gonna see something and I'm gonna have to slam on the brakes, or how this is all gonna work. But it looks like pretty soon we're gonna hit another track. Remember Grove Track 3 is. And it might simply be there's 3 tracks across, but I mean we're already on that now. I see. Well, there is a switch there, so maybe that's just letting me know that we could go a different way. Okay. See, now we've got to get, if I've got to stay 60 through this, it just doesn't seem right. Don't know. Oops. So we have to be there at 22. I mean, in theory, we've got enough time. We're going 60 miles an hour. I mean, I'm assuming milepost 124 and milepost 125 are a mile apart. So while these are 11 miles away, I mean, that'll take 12, 11 minutes to get there at this speed. So I guess we just keep doing what they told us. It is a severe thunderstorm. We obviously don't want to endanger people on the train or ourselves. I mean, we've all certainly seen train wrecks, and those are not pretty. Certainly I don't expect that we're going to have any signal things telling us anything, because any train ahead of us, although I'm sure they got the same instructions, so maybe it's not entirely true that any train ahead of us would be way, way ahead. Because if we're all going 60, I guess we're all traveling down the road together. Train dispatcher. Any news on that tree? Over. We can confirm that the tree is in Katamari for number 3. The crew there says that travel through the area on track 1 will be safe. We're going to route you to track 1 at Bowie. Proceed at restricted speed not exceeding 10 miles an hour between 124 and 125. Sound horn for the work crew as necessary. Oh, great. Alright. Is that it? Oh. I'll proceed at restricted speed between 124 and 125. Whoops, I need to slow down here, speaking of restricted speed. Alright, so I know there's a horn button here, somewhere there. But I think there's a horn key. Let me check that. Spacebar. Okay. That's what I vaguely remembered, but I just wanted to be sure. But it didn't like say, I mean, it also didn't say I could go at full speed now till I get there, so. And then we're just gonna have to go 10 for, sounds like a mile. which at 10 is going to seem like an eternity. Wow. Well, it is the scenario, and I'm sure it's stuff that engineers need to deal with, so... So yeah, due to some other problems and some of the other sims I do, you're getting a more train simulator more frequently here, because I was going to try to do some more progress in American Truck Simulator. They made a change where they added a new truck, an International 9900i, and I cannot load any save games at this point. So before I like completely give up, because obviously I don't want to start over, because I've got dozens of save profiles and they're all saying that a different international truck that is part of the content is required, and it's required DLC, and I have it, and it's not letting me proceed. So I was going to be doing that instead, but I'm like, well, I can't do that, so let me play something. I have some time, and so you're getting some more Train Simulator. So for those who are looking for these videos, congratulations. And I assume for those who aren't, who want the other, you're not going to be watching this and hearing that, so no message for you. But if you are, because you enjoy both, now you know why there's suddenly a lot of ATS video. Okay, now it's giving me a yellow. That blinking green underneath, I'm not quite sure. Right, so I'll have to be careful. Alright, so this keeps me at 57, goes a little quicker. So yeah, clearly we're catching up to somebody. Gotta slow down to 45 over there anyway. In a mile and a half. Probably a track switch of some sort. It's possible they're starting to route us over to track 1. But we'll see how that goes. Is that a station, or what's that light? Another train sitting? I think it's a station. Yeah, there we go. Now it's a little clearer as we're closer. It was just very strange. A strange view there, so. Alright, so about 3/4 of a mile till we've got to be at 45. Don't want to lose any more points, if I can avoid that, obviously. So start slowing down. I think this will easily get us to the speed we need by the time we're there. Alright. Wait. Is that red for us? Oh no. No, I guess it's red for something else. I don't understand what those signals mean. Because, yeah, this is just giving me yellow here. Right, so yeah, they're clearly moving us over to track 1, I assume. And then I assume we'll be able to go back up to 60. Because, yeah, I'm assuming this is Bowie that they were talking about. Well, it can actually only be 45, according to this, so even though it showed a 110 sign, So at this point, like, yeah, we don't even have signals in this direction at that junction there. But yeah, this is a crawling move at this point. So we'll see how it goes, but we'll speed up to get ourselves to 60 again. And that will at least help us get about a mile a minute. Assuming this kind of sims close to the reality. It probably does it really close to the reality, so. Because I didn't really look at my time to see, am I running on pace to do that 11 minutes or whatever I said that it would be to go 11 miles. You know, and obviously okay, so now the indicator is turned back to green, probably because we're on a totally different track, but so yeah, because normally the lower signal would be our track, and then the upper one, I guess, would be the other track. So I suppose that red might have been an indicator of like the second track that we could have switched to right at that moment. I don't know. I'm not going to begin to speculate, because I'm still learning my job and only marginally good at it. Alright, okay, we're green here. Obviously we're red there. Oops, gotta slow down again. And then we do have to be careful, because at milepost 24 we're supposed to be going 10, so we're obviously going to have to slow down from the pace we're going now. And get down to 10. So probably should start doing that. So again, I want to kind of go at a pace that makes sense. So yeah, we're still a half a mile away from that position. So the brakes on this train are kind of as good as the accelerator, clearly. So I think I'm safe to kind of keep my speed up a bit. So I'm thinking at about 0.1 we'll apply 40% brake and see how that works, and if it doesn't work well, we'll do more. But yeah, I think this is getting us down there. So there we go. So I just gotta kind of use the horn as appropriate. So there we go. Now we've got a mile at this super speed. Whoops. I don't know where my horn is appropriate. I don't know, again, if that's a station up there, if that's work lights for those folks. But in either case, I've sounded my horn a little bit so that they know I'm coming. Wow, this is Just wow. But maybe once we're through here, it'll let us go back up to speed. I don't know. Sure, the people on the train are like, what is happening? Although you would think the conductor probably in times like this at least informs the passengers, like, hey, we've been instructed, you know, be aware we're going to go 10 miles an hour. So I'm waiting to see this tree. I don't know that it's going to show us anything, because obviously they'd have to put that in, on a route. I was going to say, I don't want to go too much above 10. I know like a mile an hour is somewhat acceptable. So yeah, this scenario is more lengthy just because you're going to spend, I don't know, what, 10 miles an hour would be, what, 6 minutes to go through this segment, probably. Right? Yeah. So see, that yellow, I think, is the switch. So I assume there's a switch up here, and so it's probably telling us it's dangerous for that. But the green... Oh. There's the tree, definitely leaning over. So I guess we do see it. And now we do have a yellow signal. So that was right about at the halfway point. The station's not like showing up on the map yet, so I don't know if that is a if that is 0.43 miles away. It probably is not. It's probably more like a quarter mile at best, so. But at this point, yeah, we've got to go milepost 125, and then we've got one more step. But yeah, definitely. No, it's a very weird. Looks like those poles are shaking the way they're rendering in the rain. Got a hurricane. It's gonna blow things over. Alright, so I assume at 125 we'll get some sort of a thing, and I'm hoping it'll then tell us, alright, we've got no other reports, observe appropriate speed limits, but that we can go. If not, we'll have to see. Of course, at this point, like, if we should have been going more than 60, I think we'll have done so much damage to the time that I think we're not going to be able to be on time at the end, because I'm sure basically the end is 334 points too, which would have given us, you know, our full amount, but don't know. All right, 0.15. I can see it, I'm sure. If I could actually see, I mean, at this pace, at 10 miles an hour, I guess I should look for the mileposts, but I don't think they're out here. I think you just like have to know where they are. I was gonna say we were like speeding up there, so I'm just trying to be careful, because clearly we're accelerating down some little incline. 0.02. 0.1. Alright, so well, I assume I can at least go 60. So it's telling me, in theory, that I'm at 22 whatever, and I've got till 22:15 to get there, so I guess we'll go 60. Just to be safe, because that'll give us like 10 minutes, so yeah, in theory we'll be okay. I don't know. So I don't know if they're going to move us back here where we have to go 50 and 45. If they're going to move us back to track 3, that would seem the logical thing. But again, when are things logical? Less often than we'd like many times, so who knows. But we're about half-mile away from that, so again, I've only got to slow down 10 miles an hour, so it's not like we're in any massive risk, so I'm gonna keep myself moving as long as I can here. So, like, already put me at 45. So, just got us on the center track for a bit. We'll see if it leaves us at that 45 for a bit, or does it let us go? Alright, it's going to let us go, so we will move a bit. Because again, who knows when we then will have to slow down again to do something else, so do some minimal braking there. Alright, so 7 miles. I believe I'm doing everything right. I don't know for a fact, but guess we'll only know once we hear things. Dispatch lets us know, or we get to the end and we get points and everything is golden. So I assume that's moving us to track 3 over there at the next 45 in less than a mile. Okay, so now we're slowing down again, so now we can start working the throttle a bit to keep ourselves near the speed and float around 60 that way instead of doing the brakes. I remember passing this on the high-speed line. Alright, again, I believe that, yeah, because we're yellow, but we're not red or anything. What? Where did that happen? Well, this is not a good thing, because this is taking us way down. Oh, man. Wait a minute. What is on? Oh, I see. He's just waiting, but there was not a 45 that I could see at that point, so I don't understand. I think it did something inappropriate to me again, but I don't know. So yeah, now I'm not going to get a good scenario score either. I was like doing terrific. Just so disappointing. So difficult to do everything right, and you do something slightly wrong, and man, it just sucks points away. Because yeah, at that point I'm going 60, I'm like going 15 over, and then it's penalizing me for every second by some multiplier. Oh, just terrible. I don't know. Maybe I missed something. I'll probably have to rewatch this when I release it and learn what I did. But I guess it gives me chances to try things again. Replayability, right? Alright, 4 miles. So yeah, at this point we're going to be at like 600 something, but that's not going to be enough to get an achievement. We would have had to be over 750 at least, I'm sure, so. Plus then I got hit at one point for putting the emergency brake on for a split second, so I lost a point for that too. Just not a good thing. Yes, I did not see any mile marker. I did not see anything at 125. And the thing I don't understand is, frankly, even though this indicates it's hard, like, unless I could get some other penalties that I truly avoided by, like, sounding the horn, you know, I don't know. To me, this scenario is not that difficult. I mean, it's different, but to give it that kind of a difficulty rating, I'm not sure that it warrants that, because to me, I've been, I don't know, I guess I'm having to do a lot more to stay around the 60 mile an hour thing, and once again, maybe if I was going like 75, 80, it would suddenly be like costing me a ton of points or just failing me outright. I don't know. What is that? That just makes it seem like something. Oh, I see, there's like some stadium or something. No, it's just highway lights, I guess. It's like something's bearing down on me. I don't like that. But it must have been the cars or something. Alright, under 2 miles. We will be there in plenty of time. But again, that one speeding zone, it's just always like one place that just kills the whole scenario for points. And again, I mean, it's not, I certainly enjoy running the trains, but it's like kind of assuming that you're going to have to replay each scenario or do each scenario twice to have a shot at it. Just doesn't seem like a great way to design a game, because it's almost like you have to figure out like, oh, this is where it's going to trap me, and then be prepared for that. Oh, actually, this is just go via. We're not at the end point yet, so maybe we'll make it on time, maybe we won't. So I thought I was excited. Now I'm wondering if I should be. once again, I see the 45, 3/4 of a mile up. But if it suddenly tells me I'm speeding ahead of time, it's just not fair. Alright, I better be careful, because now I am clipping along here, and alright, so that should work. Because, yeah, we just need to, well, let me put it up to 40, because I need more than minimal braking in that case. And then we'll start going again. Alright, but we only have to go a mile. So maybe, because it's supposed to be 22:15. What? What is happening? Other than losing boatloads of... Okay, why is... Okay, I'm like... Okay, that was a me problem. I did exceed the speed limit because I wasn't honestly paying attention that much, because I thought I was fine, and at this point I'm frankly probably less vigilant because I'm like, well, hold on, because now I need to get down to 20. This is bad because, well, I don't want to be an emergency brake, but this is insane. I'm just not paying any attention anymore. This is bad. Here we go. So finishing in the plus is going to be a miracle in its own. Wow. Oh my God. I don't understand. Is it just because this thing goes so? I mean, I guess we are speeding up. I didn't realize we still were. Oh boy. Oh, I mean, I'll finish in the positive because I assume we're going to get 334 points at the end here, but it's pathetic. Alright, so we are at the station. I think at this point it's flattened out, so it looks like we're just rolling in at the 14 miles an hour. And we should be good. Okay, hello. Stop me. Oh, I see. We're supposed to pick up passengers. It's supposed to only be about a minute stop, though, but that thing looks like it's going to take way longer than a minute. But I'm wondering if it's because we're way early and it's going to actually... I don't know. It's probably moving along faster than taking the taking 5 minutes, but because it's like, is it really going to run me till 16? But I think it's moving faster than that, but maybe I'm crazy. Alright, can I... Excellent work. Secure the locomotive. Your shift will be completed. Alright. Alright, well, we gained some XP, but man, we got hammered. 36 and a 15. 60 and a 45. Wow. So, it's just the speeding thing. Just paying a little bit of attention. And I suppose, just because it was so easy at the end here, I mean, yeah, I lost 200 or 300 points right there. So that may be it. But anyway, we got through it. Not real thrilled on how we did, but got a check mark. We'll revisit it someday. We're in good shape now, so I'll see you next time.